Hello everyone. Uh, this is Sado. You Cats clan. The well, uh, Cats. You can see the name of the clan in the tags of the player. Favorite Nights and Merchant streamer, and I'll be streaming today again between OP and at the bottom of the stream. I'm calling it Cats because I heard that's the proper way of calling them. Right now we're still waiting for one of the players to arrive, for the Vieto from OP. So I'll be back shortly, and like you probably noticed already, I have a little surprise for you. This stream, for the first time for me, is not only on YouTube and on Twitch, but also on Facebook, which will definitely be nice for some of people who don't use the other platforms. This is a test, I guess. We'll see how it goes.
Hey, wake up.
Uh, huh. There's also a plan to get another commentator here, as you can see in the chat, but I'm waiting for the spot for him. Anyway, Ghetto is almost here, so I need a few minutes break, and I'll start commenting. So get back.
Hey, wake up. Channel edited.
One, two, three. Okay. Think my mic is a bit too loud, so let's try again. I'll check later the mic settings, I guess, when we're in game. Anyway,
Sound resumed.
I'm here, and we can start looking at what's going on in the lobby. The teams are banning the maps, right? Well, let's see what happens.
Yo.
Now, Firo just pasted the map list, so
Yo, guys.
in the lobby waiting for the map to be picked, and it seems like the Russian team started banning. They banned Thunder's map called Vodos Arany. I don't think this one will be a popular one in the tournament, although I think there was one game where this map was played. I don't remember who was playing. Maybe it was LT, Harry?
No, it was the Great against some other team. I don't remember. I can look it up. Yeah, Geronimo's team with Stefan. Ah, yeah, against Thunder's team.
Yeah, but doesn't seem like it's too popular. I mean, it's pretty interesting. It's a bit different when you look at the battlefield, although there are some similar maps like Iron and Gold, for example. So it would be interesting to see a game on it, but I can see why people don't want to play. I can see that the bans advanced a bit, so OP bans Silver Heaven, countered by Richland from either. For example, the locations in the middle are pretty tough to play.
Yeah, pretty far resources.
Exactly. Cats. Then it goes Neguno and Iron and Gold from Russians. We're waiting for another OP ban, but it seems like it will be one of the spammed maps. Yeah, the certification is banned, which leaves us with, I think, Nibenai, Eruption, Border, and Back in the Desert, and Rebound. Yeah, pretty interesting. Only classic maps. Back in Desert gets banned. Would you like to see any of these particular maps to be played? Except for Rebound, maybe, because it got banned?
Well, I guess something like Border Battlefield is always interesting to see because people need to pay attention on the power locks to that they don't get rushed or something like that.
Yeah, like my game versus the Great showed recently. Sometimes people don't really know what they want to do. That's how our clan lost, I guess. Hopefully today OP will show good sport or maybe win, but I'll try not to take sides today. And if I do, then Harry will try to stop me. But about the sides, what do you think about the chances? To sum up the teams, like you can see, we have Ferret, Golem, Gulliver, and Aso from the Cats. And the bottom has Firo, Sonea, Romek, and Vieto. What do you think? Who should win, at least on paper?
I think OP is better in terms of like spam, especially like Vieto and Romek. I don't really know about Sonia. Didn't see her in the past time. With some games, but not that much.
Okay.
But the Cats team are all are really like they really know how to fight and experience. That was the word I'm searching for.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's going to be quite balanced.
Did LT play recently against this team? Am I right?
We played against Cats.
Yeah, so
Well, it wasn't really close though, because we just had like double of their army, but uh, it's like still a big possibility for them to have a great game.
I see. Yeah, let's face it, it's hard for most of the teams from our group to stand a chance against LT because you guys are incredible spammers and pretty good fighters, I'd say. At least that's my opinion. I'm hoping to see. Yeah, but I have to say I agree entirely with your opinion. IP showed today that they're worthy opponents for LT in the upcoming game. We will see how it goes today. That's my personal hope, obviously, and
Yeah, we'll
I
see.
really promise I'll be I won't take any sides from now on. Yeah, but I have to say I agree entirely with your opinion. I can see that the Russian team is maybe even surprisingly good in fight. At least what I saw from them versus TG showed me that even if they had less army, they were still able to, although only from some point of time, to turn the tide of the fight and execute it beautifully, the plan they had. So yeah, it looked pretty nice from some point of time in the fight versus TG, the one I saw and I think I streamed it. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting.
that one night in the middle of their expos.
Yeah, for example, and that's only one of the examples.
Yeah.
That's the most memorable one from this game, I guess.
My eyes were bleeding when I saw these expos dying.
Yeah, exactly.
So it seems like it's
Yeah,
eruption.
it's eruption. Interesting pick. So we'll have some spam today. I'd say I kind of would expect the Russian team to ban maps like this.
Yeah.
Wait, who started? They started. Uh,
But
I
OP
think
picked
OP
last
doesn't.
map, so normally Cats should
Yeah,
take the
yeah,
lead.
Cat should. Yeah, maybe you should write about it, because I don't want to take action against my clan. I think I have to. Yeah, thanks, Hadi. Okay, I hope they don't ban me from my own clan after saying this. But we'll see. Uh, well, it needs to be decided. I must say, I don't really like what OP is trying to do right now. This is a bit Ah, come on.
They try hard.
Yeah, like looking, looking for some chance here. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. I would prefer better side, but come on, let's face it. It's eruption. I think no matter which side OP takes, they'll still have better spam. At least that's what I think. That's what I'm expecting. Oh, it's gonna be interesting to see how the Russian team plays here. Eruption is pretty popular map, so I'm pretty sure everyone here will be familiar with their locks.
Yeah.
We'll find out in some time, I guess. Oh, they're playing on Polish server. It usually doesn't mean well for the game, but we'll see. Maybe they have to move. I know what will happen then. Too many people will click go to lobby, and
Oh.
everyone will see the statistics. I'm so sure of it. You will see this happens.
Hey, wake up. Hey, wake up.
Everyone making their pre-builds.
Most likely. Waiting for Asso, Sonea, and Vieto. While we're still waiting, I think I can show the how the situation in the tournament looks like right now. Just let me enable the view. Okay, so right now in the group A we've had plenty of games played, and LT is leading with 2 wins against Overpower and, let me see, against Cats, the very same team we see in lobby today. Both games played on Eruption.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
boring sometimes.
I must say that I don't think it was a good choice for us when it was obvious that you'll be spamming, and Eruptions like the last map when you that you want to pick against spammers. That's also why I'm a bit surprised it's being played today. I would probably try to play something else.
Yeah, maybe.
My team Overpower and lost against the Russians here. We can also see what else was played in this group. Yeah, TG3. Okay. The the game is starting right now. The Russian team has taken the left side, which leaves the right to the OP. So we'll get some slow building for a couple of minutes. So I'll take another look at the situation in groups. So right now it seems pretty evident that even after 2 games that LT will advance. Let me remind you that there are 4 spots to advance from both groups. So to be honest, there's not much needed. You only have to be better than 2 teams to advance. So right now looks pretty good for well, everyone except OP, I guess, except my team. OP Knights didn't play any game yet, and this is the first game from Black Blood. So, like I said, I'm extremely interested to see what will they show today. In the group B, the situation is a bit more tricky because there's only 2 games that were played there. Kung Fu played against both of TG teams and lost both these games. Played on Volos Arany and Silver Heaven. One map from Tanden and one from my co-commentator here, Harry. And well, there's not much more I can say about Group B right now. I'm hoping to see more games in coming days, but I'm guessing most people will play on weekends, at least in our group it looks so. I'm a bit surprised with seeing a game today at Monday. And the teams have still 2 more weeks to play the games until Sunday next week. So there's still plenty of time. And I'm guessing that if you want to see more of play their games, then there's no time left. Then probably some games will be played during the weekend and definitely during the next weekend as well, when everyone will be around. Still waiting for something to happen in the game because everyone is building stonemasons and woodcutters right now. We can wonder a bit about the chances of the teams in the tournament. What do you think, Harry, except from your own team? Because I think you're one of the pretenders for the title. Which other teams can be dangerous, in your opinion?
I guess like Beer is always a team that is like one of the top players.
That's true.
I guess E-Star is good as well, even though they like don't have the best communication last time. Like didn't play that much together in recent time, like past month. But still pretty good players. And maybe like OP, the first team, which is playing right now, has a good chance, and the Great One has also some chances,
Yeah.
but will be hard for them, I guess.
Yeah. The Great One. Uh, they're pretty. The spam is pretty nice,
Yeah,
but I think they're playing. At least some of these players are like Pikes a lot, right? Stefan, maybe Geronimo. I'm
yeah,
not sure about Geronimo these days.
yeah.
It's
Geronimo goes like insane pike spam after pretty
yeah,
piece time.
yeah. How about Skeleton and Regis? I think Regis plays more balanced kind of army, right?
Yeah, oftentimes he goes like double stables and stuff like that.
Yeah. This could be a neat thing for the tournament when he's playing with Pike spammers.
Yeah.
A horse man could.
I'm not sure about how many nights he goes, but like I guess like normal nights, 6 or 7 at peak.
Asset for such a team. And Skeletor?
I guess he can have pretty nice games with like sword.
Yeah, I guess I have not much more to add for what you just said about the teams and the chances. Uh, I would probably say that I would put my money on Bill the most. Uh, they have three very good spammers
Yeah,
with Dan Kungen and S. And they also have Mr. Fu with his unusual, when you look at the other players, unusual tactic which always works for peacetime. It's a bit worse afterwards, but honestly, it doesn't matter usually, right? His bases are very small, and it's always interesting to see them. I'm hoping to stream some game from their clan in this tournament. And yeah, Istar, it's gonna be interesting to see them. I remember Bullet and Boss as very good spammers. Didn't see Jack in very long time, but I think he'll be pretty good after the break anyway. And there's the fourth player, who is a traitor to OP, and I think Mitrelas, he was already pretty good when he was playing with us, but he's even better these days, I think, and it's it's a dangerous player. This can be a nice combination. They
yeah, he
also have
can have pretty good games.
yeah, they also have Stocky, who could in his normal form. I'm not sure if he is in form right now. He could easily be in the top team. So I'm guessing they can just rotate between these five players without problem. So yeah, most likely Beer has the biggest chances, but we'll see
Yeah,
how it
think
goes.
so too.
Yeah. I omitted Black Blood team because I'm guessing we'll say a lot of good things about them today while watching them in the game. Hopefully. Uh, so I think, yeah, I'll put my focus on the game again. And let's see what's happening. Still not much. Looking at Romex's base right now, but it's still pretty early as he's going for the gold mine right now. Has a few woodcutters in place. Looks like, well, hard to say yet how the base will look like, because I'm guessing he'll make
Yeah.
some woodcutters on the far left maybe, and
Yeah,
the city,
usually
yeah, That's
Usually on
cool.
this log, you have to build pretty compact because space is limited. But once you are like at the left forest, you can pretty much just build everything you want and have a
Yeah.
good game. Like it's really good, pretty
Yeah.
good log.
Yeah. Sorry for a bit of silence. I was trying to make this sound settings a bit better. Anyway. Okay. So, try to show the time of the game on the left side for most of the time, or at least, or I can just show the team list on the bottom. That's probably better option. So we're 12 minutes into the game. I forgot to switch to English, so I guess at least until peacetime you guys have to bear with Polish sounds and text. Sorry about that, but I think should be understandable. Uh, Looking at Sanea's base, already looks like it will be compact build. Kinda tricky lock when you take a look at gold, for example. You have to decide between going far to the north or far to the west. I think I played this lock recently in the tournament and I tried to go to this gold, and as a result the base didn't really look the way it should. So I'm hoping for Sonea to have a nice base today.
I guess going to the north is a better option just because you have that forest at the top and
Yeah.
you can take that easily.
Yeah, that's for sure. I
But yeah,
also think, yeah, go on.
I tried to go for
I still don't understand how to have wood that kind of worked, but
like this mountain and it was pretty bad once.
yeah, I mean, I think in the tournament I managed. More of a problem was the way the base was looking like. The planning was so bad that I don't remember what kind of problems I had, but it was definitely like buildings were in wrong spots and everything was not working as I wanted it to. Let's take a look at someone from the other team right now. Feds right now. Yeah, pretty similar situation when it comes to. By the way, Harry, if you see something interesting, don't hesitate to tell us, and I'll take a look immediately. Yeah, that's the kind of lock I don't really go, but it's better to go for the bottom one, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so too.
Like playing, everything is so far away.
Yeah, everything is far away, but you can like just go for 12 farms if you want, because you have so much space.
Yeah, I must
But
admit,
yeah.
I never was kind of person that could make a really big base, because I already struggle with smaller ones. The timings were usually a bit amiss, so that's not the kind of lock I would take probably. Ah, this is something I really hate.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
Wonder what he wanted to make here. I don't know what is he planning to do, but I already don't like much the fact that his base seems so one road based right now. It's like looks like a spider's web a bit, you know.
Yeah,
The
like in
road
every
work.
direction there's something.
Yeah,
But it's kind of because of the lock. Can't
yeah,
do
yeah,
anything else.
yeah. The only thing you can probably do is to make sure you make some shortcuts as fast as you are able to.
Yeah.
In case maybe it wasn't obvious to everyone watching, but uh, as a Worlds player, I'm trying to let Harry give as many opinions about what happens right now here as I can, because I guess he might have a better understanding than me. So yeah, well, just wanted to say that, I guess. And I'm looking right now at the orange player, Asso. You can see he made two gold smelters at once, it seems like, which is understandable given how far the gold is. Oh, so far it seems like we're watching locations that have one thing in common, and that is gold being extremely far away. Romex's lock
Yeah.
wasn't that bad when it comes to that regard, but uh, well, also it looks kinda bad. So it's really good that he made those two buildings at once. Hopefully this will mean no problems with gold. Mm,
And the most important at this lock is like going for this forest as fast as possible
mhm,
because yeah, you need this wood.
yeah,
It's like 20 trees or something like that.
yeah. And again,
And he
everything's far
did
away.
that pretty well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
already
Astro's base looks pretty nice so far. Plenty of stuff here, and the roads don't look that bad. I mean, it may look like a spider again, spider's web, but I think it's like you said, it's necessary here as well, and it will be easy to fix. Just a road here, maybe.
yeah, this might be a
Maybe,
problem.
yeah, maybe one on the left here as well. Or maybe something on the top of the storehouse.
Yeah,
Uh,
that would be great.
I don't know. The placement of in is, I don't really like it much.
Yeah, like you should always not build it like this
hmm
because like the source will walk to the school and to the inn,
Yeah,
and this will cause big traffic sometimes.
yeah, they should be on
So you
different
can't
sides.
really build them in
hmm
one line.
Exactly. It's like it's just like asking for uh, a disastrous traffic jam near these three buildings, which are probably the three most used buildings by serfs in this game. And like you said, this will be a problem as well.
Yeah, and he doesn't build a road
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's also a bummer. Uh, Looking at what happens on the left of his storehouse, it's a perfect example of when people are making. People often make a mistake like this when it's like two parts of the city are connected by one tile road in one
Yeah.
spot of the base. And to make it even worse, it's just near the storehouse. And combined with the school and in placement being a bit strange, it may mean that his base will be very slow in a couple of minutes. I'm hoping he
Yeah,
will
can
notice
already
it.
see it.
Yeah, you can already see it indeed. I'm hoping he'll notice in just enough time to fix it with some shortcuts, but I'm a bit worried about it. So maybe let's try to look for some better base right now. Uh, without any mistakes. Let's try Vieto. I have a feeling this might be it. So far, hmm, I like
Ah,
it.
it looks nice. Nice.
Yeah, look at the layout. You can already see how he wants to build and how it will look, and it will look pretty uh, logical. It's
Already
very even, yeah.
good roads
Yeah.
and nice wood colors as well. Already
Yeah.
7.
Whoa. In 25 minutes of the game. Pretty nice.
Pretty good.
hmm Okay, so we can see at least one good spawner
Hey,
from OP
wake up.
right now.
Bit late. Swine farm, but it should be okay, I guess.
Yeah, just a bit late. They're cutting only from one of the farms right now, so I guess it will be fine. Yeah, pretty interesting. We'll definitely come back to this base before the peacetime. I think I want to check Gulliver's base right now. Uh, I would say I like some of the aspects of this base. You can see some plan here. Um, maybe not everything is nice. I mean, it when you look at Vieto's base and then go to Gulliver, you will kind of feel that you're missing something, right?
Yeah.
But I think it will be a pretty nice base overall.
But we have again like this scenario with
I can't see where you... Ah, okay, yeah. Again, the same mistake.
but I think in this case it will be okay because he has good roadmap.
Much better road work, indeed. So this should be fine. He also has some place below these three buildings, so even if they block, they at least have to have some space to block. He can also try double road, even if it's something a bit unusual in competitive gaming in Knights Merchants. Even something even mocked at, something that we laugh at usually. Oh, but you can see his goals could be a bit better. Damn it. Already 2 piggies and nobody to go to them. Not to mention one of the gold smelters.
Yeah, the one gold smelter is empty.
Yeah, he's trying to make it. I would probably prefer to make the gold smelter guy first, but not much difference right now, I guess. There's only
He
one
already
piece
tries
of...
to go for second school.
Whoa. I mean, I understand it because there's a plenty of distance from the first school to the smelters, so this actually might be a nice idea because then you will try to use the school from the top more often and the one on the bottom only sometimes, or maybe not at all for the first couple of minutes. So this might actually be a nice idea when your goal is so far away.
Yeah, that's true.
Still, the building costs some, well, 6 pieces of wood and 5 pieces of stone, so he could probably spend it for something else as well. But I can't really say there's some mistakes here, apart from a bit bad gold, but it seems like it will be a bit better from now on.
Romek already has his
Oh, yeah, he's rushing for this.
yeah, but
The weapon
also
smith, the
like
armor
6
smith.
farms.
Yeah,
Looks pretty good right now.
yeah. Seems like what we thought about OP might actually be true. Both Vieto and Romek so far have very promising bases. We'll see how it will look later on. I think I'll take a look at Golem right now. Not too bad, I'd say. Not exceptional, but it will be fine, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so too. Already some iron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Smithies as
making
well
the
soon.
third mine. With some luck, he might have a similar result to Romek. Maybe a bit worse when it comes to iron. And probably a bit worse cotton as well. But I mean, it won't be too far off, right? At least for Golem and Gulliver, who we looked at before, it looks like they will be able to make okay bases, and that might be good enough if you have some luck in fight. Golems, woodcutters are pretty nice, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on top, and a cutter only one on the bottom. One more here. Yeah, looks good enough, I guess.
This lock is also pretty nice.
Yeah, actually here everything is a bit closer than on the other locks, I guess. Especially iron, gold is not too far away. Interesting why he built it right here, the gold smelter. It's a bit far away from the coal. He could go for the one on the right side, but doesn't seem like he will in the nearest future.
Yeah, this is the only tricky thing, I guess, with the gold, that it gets delivered to the gold smelters. Because the gold mountain is like on the opposite side of the coal.
Yeah, so it'd be like this one will never get coal and this one will never get gold.
Yeah, just like it is right now.
Yeah, I'm guessing best thing possible this lock will be minimized, but I think maybe good enough. We will see, I guess. Do something like try to make them somewhere in the middle, so the impact of where coal and gold. But right now it doesn't look too promising when it comes to gold, at least. Let's take a look at Sonea base. What do you think? Definitely needs a bit more iron mines right now.
Yeah, seems like to have some wood problems.
Might be. How many woodcutters? 7? Should be fine in a while, I guess.
But only 2 sawmills. And another one is built right now.
Yeah, but I think looking at the sawmills, I think it's just being... I forgot the word. Basically, she doesn't have much more. Now she has a bit more tree trunks. So it's not way too late. Or maybe it is just a bit too late, yeah.
Yeah, like because these tree trunks in the sawmill right now could be in the 3rd sawmill, and would be most of the time you should have your 3rd sawmill at like 30 minutes into the game. But yeah, feels faster.
I'm just about the iron, because on one hand it looks like she's producing it right now. Should have about 30 on peacetime, I think. But then I guess she really needs...
to build fast, then yeah.
Yeah, this is a bit worrying though. She really needs those 2 more iron mines as fast as possible.
Yeah, but also some more farms.
yeah, as well. Depends on what she wants to... okay, stables. Might get a bit tricky regarding food. We'll see how she goes with that. Most likely...
she already has a fisherman, so...
Yeah, that's not bad.
Better.
Yeah, might be fine. Maybe a vineyard or 2 will help. we'll see what's her plan for today. Hopefully she can make a nice base. There are some mistakes, but I think they can be fixed. And okay, I'm on Advieto's base. I didn't want to look here, but I think I got seduced by how the base looks. So just a quick look. Looks pretty nice. Before we check back what happens at Aso, I should probably go to Firo's base, but I already spent too much time on OP's side, so let's see what happens on Aso's and Feroz's locations, starting with Aso. This is interesting direction where the traffic jam gone right now. Seems like he doesn't make many buildings on the right side of the city. Sorry, of the city here. So there's not much of a traffic jam, like we kind of predicted there will be. But it looks fine. But there's a
Yeah,
problem on the left side. Yeah.
still it will be.
Yeah.
At one point, it will be a big traffic.
Yeah, it's already a big traffic and it will get only worse. I'm wondering where he plans to make the barracks on the top. Interesting. This will make the yeah, they will move to the right a bit, but it's really begging for a bit different design. For example, you have farms here in the middle of your base.
Yeah.
Like, if you talk to Sonea, for example, about this, she's a person that especially hates building like that. Like you can see, the farms are in the middle of the base, and you have like two parts of the city separated and like very far away from each other, and it's done in very unnatural way. It should probably something like you can put some buildings on the left side instead of this farm, so there's like road here and here.
Yeah.
At least something like this.
Yeah, that's how I built like the farms at this side and here like swine farms and stuff.
And you make like you make buildings here and farms from here to the right, or something like this. Yeah, that would be the best. But doesn't seem like Aso understands the way it works when it comes to how the serfs are working. So the load is not reduced, and you can see a beautiful traffic jam on the left side. It doesn't look like the base is really bad, by the way. The timings are pretty nice, but the traffic jams are killing it a bit. So we'll see how it goes. I estimate he'll probably have like 25 iron troops on peacetime if he goes for swordmen only.
It can be better, I guess. He has some nice working iron right now.
Yeah.
Already 3
Actually,
iron
yeah.
smelters.
Yeah, he has everything he needs here. So maybe it'll be better. Okay.
I think at least 30 swordmen.
Okay.
But we'll see. Yeah, I guess it's going to be something like 30.
Taking a look at what happens on stream channels. Okay, let's take a look at Fez. Fez. How do I pronounce it? I don't know, but that's not the most important thing right now.
I don't know.
Yeah. let's start with saying that he really has a nice food right now, at least, and he's planning to have some wine, which probably means that his food production might be pretty nice. There's a
I remember
fisherman.
he went for stable as second, like
About 15 horses? I don't know.
he's already 5 horses in his stables here too.
Oh, okay,
So
indeed.
wheat consuming building.
Mm-hmm. So he has 3 horses right now and 17 minutes. How does that count
He's
for the peace time?
I guess about like 12 to 15, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how nice his corn production is right now.
Mm-hmm. I think this base looks pretty nice. Maybe the best looking one of his team right now.
Still
There's not much iron though. Yeah.
some roads are missing right now,
Uh-huh.
but
Ah, there's a lot of
and
iron here. Come on.
yeah,
So some inefficient stuff.
yeah,
No
he's
guy.
on.
Can you explain to me why he made the 2 coal mines here? I can't get it. I
Uh,
just don't get it.
yeah, I guess because
Here.
63
Yeah.
serves right now, which is
Yeah.
a problem.
What's the problem with gold? There should be no. Oh.
From the start, he went like this road,
Mhm.
and from this road to like here, it's much longer than just like here. But right now, it's killing his city, I guess, a bit.
Yeah. Even like this, it would be better to. I don't know. Try like. I don't know. It's a really bad idea, I'd say. Funny fun, by the way. I guess it's kind of working, but it's pretty funny. But yeah, this gold is a pretty big mistake and unnecessary one, really. Apart from this, I think this base would look pretty nice. I kind of like the planning. Maybe the farms in the middle are not ideal, but it's good enough. They're not making too many problems here. Mm, not sure about this road, but there's probably need a shortcut here, and that would be fine.
Yeah, and here.
Ah, yeah, definitely. Like you mentioned before. Uh, but I kind of doesn't look like they stand a chance to the right side team, and we're about to find out if there's. Looking at the entire Russian team, I'm really afraid about their peacetime army right now. Just like we predicted, right? Who can make this game bad for OP when it comes to at least to the bases, because we still never went to one last base from OP team, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Energia, Energy in Polish, is a new nickname for the Firo. Some might know him from this name. And at the first look, it looks pretty nice. Oh, the barracks are pretty nice. Bit lacking on swords. He just started making them. Oh, might be tricky. But comparing this to any of the Russian bases, it's still better.
Yeah,
Maybe not ASO. Mm,
it looks more organized.
yeah. Mm, so yeah, doesn't look like he'll have a lot. Maybe 12 minutes. There's not a lot of time, and he needs a lot of swords. Doesn't seem like the iron is working too good. He has
Yeah,
3
this log
mines.
is pretty tricky, though. I guess it's one of the hardest of this
Yeah,
map.
just look at it. Oh, it's like the gold is kinda far, but then you have to go for coal. What the hell?
Yeah,
Uh,
coal is like
really,
pretty
look at
far
that.
away.
Yeah, you have no good option when it comes to gold. Actually, I think he screwed it up a bit because this gold smelter should be somewhere here, just to be closer to.
Maybe, yeah.
But Doesn't seem like he has a problem with gold. Does he? No, definitely not. It looks pretty nice. He must have done something tricky to make this work, because he has...
Maybe he went for 2 early gold smelters.
Most likely.
Because he
Also,
has a lot in the storehouse as well.
I also expected something like gathering coal in the storehouse and making a lot of coal mines early on, but it wouldn't make much sense on this log. Would waste too much time, probably. Pretty strange way he's building here. I would say that people will usually move the base towards the right side to minimize the gold problems, for example. And it's pretty strange to see this here. It might work pretty good in the long term, but I would expect a base with plan like this to be a bit late with some certain aspects. I don't know.
It seems to be working right now. Guess its swords will catch up, maybe some less, but
yeah,
should be fine, I guess.
Okay, we kind of know what happens in every base, and there's 9.5 minutes. I think I'll take a quick look at OP bases right now, and then at the Russian ones. Starting with Romek. Nice amount of horses.
Pretty nice iron.
Yeah, pretty nice
And
iron as well. Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
This is a winner's army. I think. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's
Sonea.
pretty
Ooh.
impressive.
No horses from Sonea yet, but otherwise, apart from a bit of a problem with the swords, I'm hoping she has a second one. Yeah. Yeah, well, if not for the swords, it would be pretty nice. We'll see if she can catch up with the swords in 8 minutes.
Don't think so.
I don't know.
Because she had late iron mines, second and third.
Something like blocking production could help right now. Or just waiting. Actually, I think this will not be a big problem for the team. Like, honestly, I think the left side has bigger problems. Vieto, also looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Like Romek.
Nice horses as well.
Is it better than Romek's? No.
Romek has one more.
Yeah, a bit. Oops, not this base. A bit better iron as well from Romek. A bit worse leather though. Pretty even, I'd say. And Firo, kinda so-so. Looking at his teammates. But I think together they will have a pretty nice army. Let's take a look at the Golem now. Iron doesn't seem too bad.
Leather is a bit...
Yeah, pretty nice weapons for the ladder, but seems like he's rushing the Admiral makers right now, Admiral workshops.
Yeah.
We'll see how much he can catch up. Seems like something was late, probably the tannery and later the Admirais. So it will take some time, but I think in 5 minutes he can easily get 30, if not more.
His farms are full.
Yeah.
For some reason.
There's no stables in this base though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be.
That can be bad. Let's see. Assos base. Nothing special in barracks, I'd say. Iron is fine. Leather is
fine, yeah.
very meh. And Doesn't seem like he'll have about 30, maybe. Ah, it's gonna be fine, but without horses again? Not many, at least.
Yeah, he is so stable, but no
Yeah,
horses so
no
far.
horses so far. He'll probably make a scouting one in 4 minutes, I would expect. Fez, probably best so far in his team. Iron is so-so. We'll have about 25 maybe, but already
Yeah,
fair.
but only six horses though.
Yeah,
Expected more.
still, in his team, with this army, he's a leader. Pretty
Yeah,
cool
that's
leather and some horses. And pretty good fighter as well. We'll see if this will be enough. And Golem. Oh, let's say I don't
nice
want to say
leather.
much about the iron, but leather can be okay. Just needs a
Yeah.
couple more weapons. And again, seems like Russians don't like horses too much, which is interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back, sorry.
Okay. I was afraid for a bit, but well, we'll have a lobby, I guess, in 3 minutes, so that's not the worst time to get your connection dropped, I guess. So, after looking at the bases, there's, well, seems like the OPs are ready to kill.
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty big advantage.
like even if you take trying to decide who's worse. So, okay,
9
yeah,
both.
a
10.
little problem with wood. I think he had only like 5 woodcutters on the left side at some point. That was strange. Definitely has the worst game from his team. Looking at
Oh yeah,
his
he's
weapons alone, oh,
only yeah, but his woodcutters are all at one place and pretty like near together.
yeah, strange idea. It can work, but there were too few, I think, and now he has a problem with weapons. Uh, Other than that, it would be nice. I think 1 minute. Not too much time. Sonea, I'm, yeah, it's pretty nice actually. Still lacking a couple of swords, but she'll have about 20, and she can make up with the rest in no time. 3 horses, not too good, but compared to Russians, it's still pretty good. Pretty nice ladder, 40 ladder. I think it's fine, and definitely enough for the other team. 1 minute, so I'll try to make a short round about the barracks. So Vieto has pretty amazing army, and it's matched by Romex's army being fairly similar, while Gulliver, 50 ladder, not a lot of recruits. Can you see on the left side if they have recruits every base? Because I don't have time.
Yeah.
Ferrets, 35 ladder, about 30 iron, 6 horses. Also 30, 35, 1 horse for scouting, and 25, 40
Golem
from Golem.
Golem didn't have that much recruits. He had like 40 recruits,
Mm-hmm.
and that wasn't enough for his army.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed
Yeah.
is that the OP team has many knights, but like the Russian team doesn't have any pikes against that. So this will be pretty hard to defend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far it looks like OP will just roll against the Russian army. They can just make 1 click attack, probably. Total outspam. Still, let's hope for an even fight. Maybe the Russians will uh, find a way to make this battle interesting. So I guess we're waiting at the piston brake. But we didn't see the fight yet, but what can you say about the chances of this OP Black Blood team here regarding the entire tournament? Are you afraid of them now, maybe?
Well, I guess it's the best team of our group. I mean, the best enemy of our group.
Okay, you had to say that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's because it's true.
Mm.
Like, yeah, they just have good spammers and nice fighters as well, and I guess
Yeah.
good communication as well.
Yeah. The motto of our clan is communication is key. So, yeah. But I also found it funny, like you said, they are the best team of this group, and then you were like, oops, and said they are the best enemy.
the best, the best team of this group
Yeah,
besides us.
yeah. Okay, we will see about that, I guess. But I can say I'm looking forward to see OP versus LT, OP Blackblood. I mean, might be
Yeah, I'm
interesting.
looking forward as well.
Yeah, might be
Going to be
interesting
really
to see.
interesting.
Yeah, I will definitely stream it if I have a chance, or at least will make sure someone streams it. I'm also really hoping to stream something like Beat versus E-Star, some of the more interesting games from the other group. Apart from Beat and E-Star, also some fights between these teams and the Great One can be interesting. I'm also curious how the Russian team from the Great will do. The remnants of the Russian army clan. Mercenary, Shady, Stalin, and Dead Sunrise.
That Sunrise is insane spammer.
Yeah, this is insane. It's like sometimes, once in a few years, someone comes to this community and like completely destroys what people think about spamming. Like
Yeah,
there was this guy called Matt Gamer from
yeah, I heard
Netherlands.
of him.
Yeah, he just came here and started making insane spam at some point of time, and it started one wave of spamming. Another time was when Kungen started, because he was like the first of the second wave, which happens right now, I guess. Because nowadays people are pretty good when it comes to spam, like as an average. It seems like you need like 2 or 3 months from zero to good spammer. Thankfully, fighting skills are a bit harder to achieve, as it looks at least. Um, and now I can see that Sunrise. I didn't see him in many games. I just saw people posting screenshots, not believing what he's doing. Maybe he has some cheats. I don't know. Maybe he has a
He just
bot.
goes like double gold and double school at start and like kills
Ah,
100 stars and 30 builders,
okay. So,
6 stonemasons and stuff like that.
oh fuck. So, someone actually perfected Geronimo's old strategy and did it right. I
Yeah,
have to take a look at his base. Maybe I'll
yeah,
try to
it's
stream
pretty
something from him.
insane to see.
Yeah.
I tried it yesterday and some days before as well, and it wasn't too bad though.
So,
The only thing is he plays
yeah.
without horses.
Ah, maybe that's the key. Or maybe one day when he makes the horses, he will be invincible. Because, frankly,
Yeah, well, when you go for this big base, you need the food of the swine farms, like the
uh,
sausages.
how many swine
And if you go
farms?
for one stable, will just break your whole
Mm-hmm. I
food
see. I
production.
see. How many swine farms does such a build need, and how many serfs does he end up with
Um,
typically?
um, over 100 serfs at least, and like 6 swine farms or more.
Okay, I see. Interesting. And he doesn't get too much food, for example, something like this? Because every time I see someone making above 5 swine farms, or at least 5, there's insane amount of food produced.
Yeah,
And
that's
leather.
true. That's like really insane. And he goes like for 12 woodcutters and 6 sawmills and like insane like bonsai map kind of thing.
I'll definitely have to take a look at that guy. So far I mainly heard the stories.
Yeah.
Mercenary was a pretty good fighter in the old days, and with the Russian only team, I think they will. We'll see how his team will do in the tournament. I actually think Stalin. I think he used to be a pretty good spammer as well, and shady. The communication nailed down. That's for sure. It can be a dark horse of the great. We'll see about that.
Yeah, I know them from the array team when I used to be in the Russian army team or clan, and yeah, they are pretty good spammers and pretty like not pretty good spammers, but okay spammers and good fighters.
Yeah, most of them are pretty experienced, especially Mercenary. He's in this community since, I can't even say, maybe longer than me, at least on the Russian side of the community. He's there since forever, basically, along with Killer Reus. Uh, they maintained the Array clan for a very long time. It recently disbanded, probably for sure this time. And many of Array players joined the Great these days. Some of them are in this tournament. Well, we just spoke about them. Anyway, it seems like we're only waiting for Vieto. I'll take a look at what happens on the on the chats. Zdobywca, our another streamer, thinks that the final game will be the Great One versus LT, and I think that's something I can 100% disagree with. I just can't see this happen, to be honest. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? I can say that LT can definitely win the final, if yeah, just without ifs. But I don't know if the great spam will be good enough for the beat, for
Mm,
example.
I think well, the Great One has a good chance to like go far in the tournament, but
Of course.
I don't really know if they come to the final,
Yeah, I would be
especially
very
against someone like
yeah
Beer or something like that.
yeah. I'm not saying they're not a good team, uh, but I would say that like if I can see someone making a surprise, yeah, that probably would be them, or maybe OP Black Blood. But I'm not sure if I see these teams as finalists. That would be a pretty big surprise, having teams like Beer LT and E-Star in the roster. Anyway, we can see that the team started scouting. The top left will have a problem because there's no horses to scout here. Asso is trying, but is stopped by. Is it Soneas Hots? Because I can't see. Yeah. I think the Russians will find it very hard to make a good enough scout, at least in some parts of the map, because of the fact that the right side basically everyone has horses there, I think. And
Yeah.
in
And the top
some
side
numbers.
they have like no vision. But on the bot
Mhm.
side they have some vision.
Yeah, let me look at the OP side. How much do they see? OP sees pretty much. Oh, yeah. Seems like Romek. Was it Romek's responsibility? Oops, sorry. I think Sona didn't have enough horses to not let Ferris in. So it was kind of expected. Oh, she has a lot of moves. Anyway.
The horse is still scouting. Now it got caught.
A nice scout from Vieto. He's going into the base. Huh. Yeah, the right side can see a lot.
Oh. Bird just lost 4 horses.
So Ferris lost all of them. Huh.
Yeah.
Funny. Yeah, and Vieto lost only one and saved his pikes. And now Aso, maybe it's not a mistake because they are too far, so they can't really catch this, but it's a bit risky maybe. Yeah, insane vision from the right side team. But Russians see what they want to see mostly. They probably want to see this as well, but well, they can't. Golem's arm is not too amazing. It will be interesting to see if he tries to go back into his base or tries to stand to two players on his front. I still think no matter where they go, it will be kinda easy. Interesting situation at the bottom. Romek is pretty far with his troops. But so is Golem, and now Romek has a choice. He can. Sorry, it's Gulliver. He can either attack him, and it would be a good decision, but he doesn't have his horses. Yeah, they're going back. I think he's gonna attack. And Gulliver can't do much. He can try to go back or get the fight in this spot, but it will be tricky. But Romek isn't making many movements here.
Romek could just try to rush Gulliver
Or
with the
first,
help of Sonea.
or go to Feds in a while if he tries
Yeah,
to do
that
something
could
on
be
Sonea, for example, or on
could be.
Romek. But Romek is in pretty vulnerable position, I'd say. Sonea has to support him here. And look what happens here. The top right is very aggressive on this front. Which will probably make Ferds go to the top, which might be a mistake. I don't know. Frankly, there's not much they can do. I
I
think,
think they will
yeah,
attack
they attack
first
Ferds.
soon. But
Maybe
then again, Esso can help
they'll
him.
go here. I'm pretty sure they'll go to the bottom at some point. Not attack here. Or maybe they just attack the middle and ignore two players on the sides.
Had to go on the top in as
Look
well.
at this. This is like perfect to attack, but seems like they are trying. But Ferz is going to the bottom now, which is probably a good decision. Sona can't really walk in here, but she will be able to help on the top.
Yeah, they're pretty aggressive on the top
Look
right
what's
now.
happening here. There's gonna be a fight on the top. Uh,
You can just go for Golem right now.
yeah,
2
and they
versus
go
1.
to the middle, leaving Gulliver alone. Yeah, it will be very easy on top. I can't see a situation where the Russians will win. They are outnumbered in the middle and Romek is quickly coming and Gulliver is very far away, so it will be no problem at all to block him, while Firo is winning easily in
Yeah, they
Golem's
fight on
case.
the middle.
Okay, let's watch the middle then, because top is pretty obvious result, and well, same here, frankly.
Gulliver is pretty far away.
You can see that even the fact that they had more spam, OP also had much better control of the battlefield, much better scouting. Yeah, it's total GG.
Yeah.
Nothing can take it from them right now, nothing. Unless they stand here, do nothing and starve, I don't know. Maybe the Russians can try to send some assassins in real life, very quick.
And now Gulliver goes in
Very
when
bad.
it's too late.
Yeah. Yeah, Firo is playing cat and mouse. It's not really interesting. We can watch total win. Total win in the middle. Gulliver is trying to do something, but it's far too late, and now Romek is going back to... actually, it's getting too much time, I think, in the middle. I don't think OP will lose this, but they might get some unnecessary losses. These balls should start moving. Okay, but the balls will be shooting now, so I guess it would be it. The Russians are doing what they should, but it will not be enough likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at the top. Although Fido lost almost all army, Vieto is helping him a bit.
Well,
Yeah,
Hero
he just moved it.
yeah, he just moved.
Yeah, I didn't notice, okay. And Assault's base is getting invaded, so let's watch the last nice fight of this game and let's hope that Romek will prove a true general of his team and will kill the last guy without... Yeah, that's what happens. GG. Congratulations to Russians, because they tried with courage, but there were just too many things on the OP side, and it seems like my clan is scoring its first win in this tournament after my part of the clan lost 2 games. So it's pretty sweet to me personally. We can see the statistics right now, I guess.
Me
Okay.
too, pretty nice game.
Yeah. Looks like Fido had a bit of a problem with weapons in his base, but not too much, I guess. But along with Vieto on top, they showed in fights it didn't really matter.
Yeah, they have pretty nice KDA.
Still, when you look at the charts, it looks like Fez and Jimmy's armies were similar. For example, I don't know, it didn't feel like though, because Jimmy had a lot of horses, and this is strange. I don't know. Maybe he didn't produce the army. Had quite some more weapons produced. It's strange. But yeah, it should come as no surprise that Romek and Vieto have the best statistics, I guess, when it comes to both fighting and building. Pretty nice from Fido and Sonea as well. They both had pretty nice kills. Nice weapons from Sonea. a bit worse from Philo.
Yeah, but it's kind of what you expect from this log.
Yeah.
Really hard log, in my opinion.
Actually, I kind of thought that Philo will be a black horse in this team because I know he can make insane bases. It's usually pretty random. Sometimes he makes fine, and sometimes he makes very good. But like you said, this time the problem was with the location more and less with the player. And I can't wait to see what he makes against LT and other teams. Obviously, it would be interesting to see. That's for sure. But yeah, really, the OP team did really great job today, and it's a great start for this tournament to OP team. As for the Russian team, though, I still think they have a pretty big chance to advance. It all depends on games versus OP teams, I guess. They already won against the Great Three and uh, lost to LT, if I'm correct. So,
Yep.
yeah. So they have one win on their side. They just need one more, I guess, and it should be fine enough to advance with 4 teams advancing. So we'll see how it goes. Quick look at the army graph. First, Gulliver, Golem, and Aso. Yeah, you can see from the army graphs alone, they were no match for OP.
No. Golem had pretty bad army. Guess
Yeah.
because he had bad like recruits.
Yeah. Not much more can be said about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and OP has much more horses as well.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty drastic statistic to the Russians. Golem no horses, also about 6. Gulliver none. Fairs about 10 for the entire game. That's less than Romek produced overall.
Yeah.
And that sums it up perfectly.
Somehow he didn't produce any horses in the
Who?
middle game.
Who?
First.
Yeah. Strange. Okay, so seems like everything was on OP's side. Communication, amount of horses, amount of army, better maneuvers. Yeah, seems like we have a pretty interesting team here. And some people might be surprised that Vieto is so good, which is obviously not surprising for me as a clanmate, but I've heard some opinions that, for
Yeah.
people that think he's like unknown. Well,
Yeah, I didn't see him playing in the past time. Like 6 months ago, maybe.
Yeah, but he's a monster right now, and every team should be afraid of him. Consider this a statement for the future games, and I think that's as good as anything to end this stream with. So, thanks a lot to Hadi first for commentating this game with me. It was fun.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks for some nice insights and opinions about building, as they are all much needed for the quality of my streams. And yeah, thanks to the both teams that played here. And see you next time. I'll definitely stream more games from this tournament, so you can watch them on Facebook, Twitch, and on YouTube. So yeah, thanks for all again, and see you next time. Bye bye.